guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a couple of weeks or something like that. It may have only been one. I'm not sure. But welcome back. Today I wanted to talk about naming journals, give you guys a little bit of a life update, and, talk about that kind of stuff. So, I kind of want to start off with the life update stuff because I just want to tell you guys a little bit about my life. I got a new rabbit. You guys probably know that I already have one. I got one around a month ago, a little bit more than a month ago, like a month and a week ago, and she is a delight. I love her so much, but I know that there's going to come a day where I'm not going to be around as much, and I'm going to be working during the day and, stuff like that. So I got her a companion rabbit. His name is Zorro. The one that I had before, her name is Ainsley. That's them. I kind of want to, show you guys without showing all my writing. That's him. He's smaller than her, and that's her. So if you want to follow them on Instagram, their Instagram is Ainsley and Zorro. I'll leave it in the description if I remember. So if you want to follow them, please go ahead and check that out. But I've been very busy trying to care for them and all of this stuff. I've also been active on Instagram, on my journaling Instagram. If you want to go check that out, I've been doing Carrie Journals, Christmas in July journal challenge. Here is today's spread. It's baking. Today's the 14th, in case you're wondering. You can always hop into the challenge at any point if you want to. I highly recommend it. It's always really fun, and you get to use up your Christmas supplies and stuff like that you still have from the year prior. And I've really been enjoying doing this because I'm a big fan of Christmas. I'm gonna go all out this Christmas season. I'm gonna start making journaling vlogs in November this year. So, I may even do the Thanksgiving weekly journal tag, this November, if you guys would be interested in that. Maybe I'll add some questions. If you want. I want to kind of keep some of the questions from last year. But yeah, I'm already thinking about all that stuff. I'm really excited for fall already. I'm tired of summer. I really don't like summer. I live, I don't want to say exactly where I live, but I live in a place where, we practically don't have seasons. So, it's basically constantly summer. It's very hot here, constantly, so the summer is just even worse. Winter, we don't get cool weather. We might get a tolerable day, but that's about it. So I am really into fall and winter, and I actually celebrated Christmas with my boyfriend a couple of years ago, and that was one of the best experiences of my life because there was snow, and it was the first time I had seen snow since I was 2, and of course I don't remember when I saw snow when I was 2, so I think it's very exciting. And going off of that, not being able to remember stuff from my childhood, that just sparked a little thing in my brain that made me think that I may want to keep journals for my children. I think that would be very cool to keep journals for my children, future children, if I have children. I actually think it would be pretty cool to keep a journal for my rabbits too. Writing as my rabbits. Anyway, that's beside the point. But maybe I should look into doing that. I think that might be kind of cool. I'm coming up with ideas as I'm literally talking about it. So, and I have been taking photos every single day. Of my rabbits, so it would not be hard to go back and document everything. Yeah, that would be a good idea. I might type something up and then maybe get a journal and actually write the entries in there. I don't know. I think that'd be really cool. So yeah, that's that. I wanted to talk about this as well. So this is my Sticky Club subscription binder, and I have gotten so many more. I have not ended my subscription with Sticky Club. If you guys are interested in seeing the past packs that I haven't made videos on, let me know in the comments. I am considering making that 50 facts about me thing, like journal with me thing. If you guys are still interested in that, it's just going to be kind of a higher production thing, and I've been feeling kind of unwell recently, so I haven't really been in the mood. I wanted to say one more thing. Oh, I wanted to say that I may be undergoing immunotherapy, not for cancer, but for allergies. I have some severe allergies, and they do get in the way of my life. So I may be somewhat sickly for the next few months. Should I actually go through with the immunotherapy, because I'm basically going to be putting allergens into my body in hopes that the allergies go away. So I just wanted to let you guys know that that could be happening, and I may be somewhat unwell, I may sound nasally, those kinds of things in my videos in the future, so I just wanted to put that out there. Anyway, now that I have rambled on for like 6 minutes, let's finally get to the topic at hand, naming your journal. And I'm going to talk a little bit about my experience with naming my journals, where I get my names from, and all of that kind of stuff. Whenever I name a journal, I do put a list of all of the names that I've used in the past for my journals, which is going to get hard once I'm at like journal 250, but this is just what I do for now. So I just wanted to kind of give you an idea of the names that I've chosen and where I got them from, and then I'm going to, talk a little bit about why I name my journals and other ways you can name your journals and all that kind of stuff, So the first few names were based on my crushes at the time. I would take my crush's last name and I would make some kind of name out of it. For example, one of them was named Nikki. You can probably imagine what the last name of that person was. There's just an example. So that's what I did, but I was like 12 and 13 at that time, a little bit into 14. So, you might not want to do that. I also started like using different names that were relevant in my life. For example, I named one of my journals Chumley, and that's because when I was a child, my mom used to call me Chumley. I don't really know why, but she did. So I kind of like took names that were relevant, and then I started naming my journals after names for children that I would have one day, maybe. At this point, I've felt back and forth about the whole children thing my entire life, but besides the point, so, I had a couple names, especially that my partners liked, that I also was, like, into. I would name my journals those names. By the way, I started doing that at the age of 15, and I would not name my children either of the names that I liked at that time. And then, there were just certain names that I found pretty, or I don't know, I just really liked the names, and I wouldn't necessarily, like, name my child that. I named one of them Indigo, Destiny, just different things that I thought were cool, I guess. And, here's more, like, baby names. Sometimes I'll name my journals after people who are very important in my life or who have had an impact in my life. I'm not going to say the name of this person, but I did name one of my journals after the mother of my ex who passed away. The mother passed away, not my ex. So, yeah, she was very important to him. And, like the next one, I named after, I combined the names of my neighbor's pets and their son. Their son I babysat, and I would dog sit their dogs before they had their son. So I named one of my journals after them when they moved. And just cute names like Honey. I named one of them Honey. Another person, I have used names from songs. And in case you didn't know, I am in a long distance relationship right now with my significant other. At the moment, I am. And while I was physically at university, if you've been watching my videos for a while, you may know that I used to live on my university campus. I don't anymore. But I used to listen to Hey There Delilah a lot. So I named one of my journals Delilah. And Hey There Delilah just kind of reminds me of, it's like a nostalgic song because it was popular when I was a child, but also, I mean, maybe not a child, maybe more like, I guess child. Sorry. So I named my journal Delilah, because I just resonated with the song so much, I guess. Cute names, and then baby names, names after characters. Here we go. So years ago, maybe 2012, I was really into PewDiePie. I'm sure a lot of you know who PewDiePie is. It's hard to not know who PewDiePie is now. But he played horror games mostly back in the day. And I loved watching him play horror games because I hate horror games and I don't have a PC or any kind of device I could play a whole bunch of games on or anything like that. So I watched him, one of the first games I watched him play, was Happy Wheels, but then it was Mad Father, and that was one of the most interesting games I had ever seen, and that's when I really started appreciating video games and seeing that it's more than just like Mario. I used to really love playing Sonic games as a kid and Mario games as a kid on GameCube. But, you know, it kind of showed a more storytelling aspects of games, which really piqued my interest. And I watched him replay it not too long ago, earlier this year, and I named one of my journals Aya, after the main character from Mad Father, and my current journal is named Clementine, from The Walking Dead, which I guess is also a show, but I've never seen the show. I've only ever seen the video game, and my boyfriend is currently playing the video game, and I watch him play it, but, you know, like, it's really... I think it's really fun. It's something I don't really mind. So yeah, that's how I've come up with my names in the past for my journals. And I wanted to talk a little bit about naming your journals and stuff like that. So something that I have seen is that some people prefer to do a title rather than a name, I guess you could say. I prefer to use like human names or pet names or, you know, whatever. But some people, you know, put like the story of my life or the summer of COVID-19 or, you know, things like that. Which is also an option if you're interested. Which I find very interesting. I've never thought about that before. And I wanted to talk about why I started naming my journals. The first video that really inspired me to start a journal was by Chaotic. It looks like chaotic, but I believe they go by Chaotic. And they made a video years ago about how to keep a journal or a diary, and it really inspired me, and they said, name your journal, it helps, and I have to say that it definitely does. I am very happy that I named my journals. It helps me feel more connected. I do want to start naming them more, actually. I would like to more frequently name my journals because I feel more connected with my journals when I feel like I'm writing to a friend, if that makes sense, or a daughter or son or child, or, you know, a family friend or family, or, you know, I think it helps give it another more depth in the writing because I feel like I'm writing to someone rather than just writing to myself. And that really helps me personally. I'm sorry, I'm just like admiring my beautiful journal. So, you know, that's how I started naming my journals. My very first journal was named, and I've never looked back. And my future ideas for naming journals. I was watching, I don't know if it's Megan's Diary or Megan's Diary. I'm so sorry. I'm horrible at names. I'm horrible at names. And she's decided to name her journals in alphabetical order. And I think that's very sorry. So sorry. I think that's very interesting because I am from the South. Not the South, but, you know, the South. And we experience hurricanes, and that's what they do with hurricanes. They name them in alphabetical order. So I'm thinking about doing that myself from now on, and A name, B name, C name, and doing that with journals. I think that would be very cool and very fun, and kind of like a link back to where I'm from, because I've lived here for my entire life. There's a marker on my journal. I'm so sorry. I'm like licking my finger in my journal. So yeah, that's my idea. Do you guys name your journals? I know some of you answered this question on Instagram, but you know, there's more space to type here on YouTube, so feel free to tell me all your journaling stories and naming stories and all that stuff, because I love reading your comments. I guess that's all I really have to say, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it gave you some inspiration for naming your journal and connecting with it on a deeper level. And I will see you guys very soon. Bye.